Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Demara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your new moon report for the new moon in Virgo happening on September 2nd at 6:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I did a whole report for the entire month of September, but in case you missed it, um, this month is going to be one of the most chaotic, I guess, months. I guess chaotic is a good word. Um, I don't like to use the word challenging, but frenetic. Maybe frenetic is a better word. It's going to be one of the most frenetic months of the year, mainly because we just have a lot of change coming up. September kicks off with the new moon in Virgo, which is a really good thing because it also opens up the portal to eclipse season. So as we move through this report, let's just keep in mind that the beautiful thing about, first of all, a new moon is that it's all about new beginnings, but a new moon in Virgo is all about grounding. Okay, so Virgo is about foundations. Virgo is about grounding energy. Virgo is about healing. Virgo is about setting systems into place. And because Mercury, which is the ruling planet of Virgo, has now gone direct, everything will seem pretty clear. Okay, so the month will begin with this beautiful new moon in Virgo, and we can set some systems into place. But I want you to be aware that, well, if you haven't listened to the entire month of September, make sure you do, because I talk about all the transits that come up after the new moon, um, and why, because of that, and because of the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces happening a couple of weeks later, why it's going to be so important to put nourishment, self care, my body is a temple. What do you want to put in your systems right now? It will be so important for this new moon. I want to show you my screen. So I'm going to show you the new moon. Make sure I have the right one up. Okay, so here's our new moon. This is what the sky is going to look like. So first of all, the sun and the moon are in Virgo. You can see that here, okay? And the reason why it's a new moon is because the sun and the moon are together in the sky, okay? Now, it's also opposite, it's just before the sun sets in San Diego, anyways. So there's that. It's opposite, when I say it's, I mean the sun and the moon is opposite Saturn. Okay, so that's going to be a big player. But this new moon is really kicking off a moment in time for you to make a commitment to what's important to you. And my invitation to you is to start with your self care routine, or continue to move forward with your self care routine, because Virgo is all about self care. Virgo is about healing. Virgo wants you to be clean and clear and all systems ahead. Okay, so at the beginning of a new moon, regardless of what sign it's in, it is a time to kind of wipe the slate clean and say to ourselves, what is it that we truly want to co-create or create in this life? Okay. And taking a look at, I always like to look back at what my intentions were for the month before, so I can see, like, was I, committed? Do I need to bring something back to the forefront? So paying attention to what's really important to you is going to be really valuable. There's another aspect that I want to talk about in this report, and that is Pluto. Pluto is moving at the time of the new moon. Pluto's going to be back in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, so anybody that knows anything about Pluto and its ingress into Capricorn knows that this is the last time that Pluto will be in Capricorn in our lifetimes. And it's been in the sign of Capricorn in and out since 2008. So we've been working with, collectively, with this energy of Pluto and Capricorn, inner transformation, empowerment, disempowerment, power struggles in the sign of Capricorn, which is, you know, hierarchy, top-down structures. And so it's also a karmic moment in time when we experience a planet like Pluto, or any planet really, but especially Pluto, going back into Capricorn, and just for one more clean sweep, right? Like, okay, is there any karmic activity, any things that you need to clear up in your life? Maybe there's been a theme over the last however many years from 2008, and now it's time to like really be done. Okay, I know what it means for me. It's pretty freaking powerful for me. I would say go back to 2008. What were the themes? If anybody remembers 2008, it was when we had that huge financial crash in the market. So maybe just go back for a moment and ask yourself, what was an underlying theme for me? But the cool thing about this is that it's not creating an exact trine, but it is creating a trine. So Pluto and Capricorn with Uranus and Taurus. Uranus now, yes, retrograde. Okay, and by the way, Saturn's retrograde as well. Also with Venus. Now, again, it's not exact, but this trine creates all that energy I talked about with Pluto. And then also Venus in Libra, which is about relationships. So this is about relationships and where you're putting your value and what's important to you, your value system, right? Along with big changes, maybe unexpected, maybe slightly calculated. Uranus, inspirational ideas in the sign of Taurus, which is home, hearth, health, family, all of this. So, and this is beautiful. It really is. A trine is beautiful. A trine is powerful, which is helpful because we have Saturn sitting across from this new moon. With Saturn sitting across from this new moon, Saturn retrograde, by the way, which means that Saturn is backwards again, trying to get us to focus on whatever karmic activity we need to review. By the way, Pluto is also retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. Chiron, the healer, is retrograde, and Uranus is retrograde. So these are all planets. Oh, and Neptune is also retrograde. These are all planets which are really important to understand their essence. So this, with this new moon, we're being asked to not just get our systems in order or nourish our body or nourish our mind, but also review. You know, this isn't like a Mercury retrograde. This is 5 other planets in retrograde. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. So this is energy asking us to review, where do we need to focus our healing? What have we been doing to heal? Where's the inner transformation taking place? What are some karmic loops that we've been stuck in that we want to review and let go of? And where are we being disillusioned? Okay, so, or where are we, another way to look at Neptune is not just disillusion, but also where can we amplify our spirituality? Okay, so that's everything that's happening with this new moon. And so when we look at the new moon, and well, first of all of that's happening, right? We want to look at Saturn first, because Saturn really is the Lord of karma. Saturn is going to hold you to your karmic loops, the things that you signed up for before you incarnated on this planet. You said, I'm going to learn these lessons. And as humans, we forget that. We're like, I didn't say that. I didn't plan that, but you did. Okay. In your cosmic state, you did. And karmic is the Lord of karma, Saturn, is going to say, I'm holding you to this. What kind of work are you doing? So when you look at the new moon, ask yourself, what are my responsibilities that maybe I've been skirting, or maybe I need to just take a little deeper look at? Or the other side of Saturn, which, remember this, Saturn, when you have been doing the work, Saturn leaves a gift for you. Saturn is like, Yay, you. Okay. So just pay attention. Pay attention. You may experience, depending upon where you're at in this energy field, you may experience something that could challenge you a little bit. Don't discard that challenge as something that's not working for you, right? Like, oh, I can't believe this is happening at this time. Why is this happening to me right now? Like, if those words come out of your mouth, pause. Remember this video, pause and ask yourself, whoa, okay, what is this trying to teach me? What is this big lesson? Okay, because that's really what's happening, especially with Chiron in retrograde as well. The other thing that I just touched on is that this new moon also opens the gateway for the eclipses. So we're going to experience an eclipse season, and it starts with the full moon in Pisces toward the end of the month. So I talked a little bit about this in the September forecast, but just an FYI, eclipses will always put you where you need to be. It's like turning your computer off, holding the off button until everything shuts down, and then turning it back on and seeing where things land. Eclipses are no joke. So I want you to remember that as you move into this beautiful energy of new moons, like I love new moons. I think it's such an amazing moment to be able to sit down and say, all right, where am I at? What am I doing? What is going on? I got caught up there for a minute. Now, what do I want to focus on? And so as you move into this new moon, nourishment, self-care, take care of your body, take care of your mind, be okay with setting boundaries, get into nature, turn off your phone. Like, do not allow yourself to be distracted. Do not. This is the type of energy where you want to be feet on the ground, energetic beacon connected, body clean and clear. No buzzing, no distraction. Okay. So, I mean, September, the rest of September, after that new moon, the rest of September and October is all about big change. And if we can subscribe to the remembrance that we actually co-create our life with spirit, you will be able to hear what's next. There will be no disillusion. There will be no, I don't know. The I don't know is going to be a fear, an old pattern that's keeping you from growing. It's going to be clear as day, goosebump city. So that's the new moon. My invitation to you is to re-listen, write some intentions down, and then turn off your phone. Click, click, bye-bye. Turn it off. You're not going to miss anything, I promise. Okay. If you want your chart read so you can see kind of where you're at, what's happening, what's coming up, how this moon aligns with you, please feel free to reach out to me. I am happy to read your chart. You can go to my website, danadamara.com, get all the info. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful new moon cycle, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good day. Namaste.